All of February, this nation is celebrating Black History Month, and a museum in Holyoke began showing an exhibit today that talks about what the Jim Crow era was both like nationally and locally.
Western Mass News reporter Matt Price takes us back in time and shares the importance of this history being offered now more than ever.
History is complicated, and it's one person's perspective is not enough.
If one thing is clear, racism, especially the Jim Crow era, will forever be part of our history. And the Wistariahurst Museum and Garden is now sharing some of that with the public. Starting Monday, the museum is showing Black citizenship in the age of Jim Crow, a poster exhibition distributed by the New York Historical Society Museum and Library. Through readings and videos, visitors, like Holyoke resident Tony Sillers, are able to see what the struggle for equality was like nationwide for Black Americans.
I was staggered by how much of that I never was taught in school or college, and it's amazing how entrenched and intertwined all the systems of oppression have been.
Wistariahurst curator Penny Mortarell tells Western Mass News the exhibit also includes context collected by a local scholar that talks about people's experiences of racism in Holyoke during that dark period.
There are references in those interviews of people actually experiencing some redlining, not being able to find housing, not being able to get jobs, and things like that were happening locally here in the 1940s and 50s.
While Martorell is excited to offer this history to all of Western Mass, she says it is important now more than ever to share it, considering what she calls rising political temperatures across the country, especially within the school systems.
We have to know where we came from and recognize that these things were wrong. They're just wrong, and we need to correct them. And institutionally, we need to start examining where these things came from and why we've kept them going.
Sillers was not surprised that there was Jim Crow-era racism in Holyoke and says this curriculum must be taught to make sure history does not repeat itself.
Now with the rise of white supremacy ideology and the censorship of school curriculum and banning of books, this is very scary. This kind of setting and presentation is I think it's pretty powerful.
The museum also hopes this difficult topic starts conversations to move everyone towards a brighter future. Martorell says multiple perspectives can help tell the whole story. In Holyoke, Matt Price, Western Mass News.
The exhibit is open Mondays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and Tuesdays from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. throughout the month. You can find a list of resources on westernmassnews.com or go to our app and click Just Seen on TV.